Hello and welcome to Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Mario Scavello of the 176th District in Monroe County. I'm joined by Representative Rosemary Brown of the 189th District. And I really have an exciting show, and we're going to talk about the HK Mission Ministry, and they're associated with the Innovation Church in Paradise Valley. And I'm joined with Dawn Rack and Lee Petrick. And Dawn, I just want you to know that the conversation really begins with Jim Kintz, who's a mutual friend, who did a show with myself and Representative Brown about a year ago about him donating a kidney to someone at the church there that was in need of a kidney, and stopped in my office and talked about you. He says, we've got to have a show with you doing, and we need to talk about the good things that you're doing through the HK Mission Ministry. So if you can start us off, what made you first get involved with the ministry?
Well, years ago, both my children were very sick. Kendra and my son Hunter, hence the name HK Mission. They were named after, Hunter is the H, Kendra is the K. The ministry is HK Mission Healing Through Kindness. They were both very sick when they were younger. They were both in and out of the hospital. Kendra was in a specialty hospital, and they were both in a regular hospital. I saw the differences between the two hospitals. And to me, a children's hospital has all the bells and whistles, and a regular hospital has nothing for these children to do. And I vowed back then, when my children were healthy enough, that I would make a difference. And the kindness that was shown to my children when they were in the hospital, the Bible preaches about paying it forward and doing acts of kindness. So I became ill last year, and through my bed rest process, I came up with this mission about healing through kindness and paying it forward, and that's basically what this is all about. And Innovation Church has supported me and taken on this mission, and it's grown quite rapidly in a short period of time.
Wow. Now, we have a Lee here with you, but before we talk to Lee, we've got a tremendous amount of Girl Scouts here. And so, you know, so I'm assuming that the Girl Scouts somehow or other got involved in the mission.
Yes. Our local hospital, Pocono Medical Center, when a child is isolated to a room, Kendra, when she was younger, she had RSV and pneumonia. She was medevaced over to Geisinger. And Geisinger has a program, it's called the Red Box. Each child can go and take out as many DVDs as they want, and they can view it in their room for the children who are quarantined. Kendra was one of those children. We weren't even allowed to stay over at the Ronald McDonald House because of RSV that Kendra had. Pocono Medical Center doesn't have anything like that, so I came up with the idea, well, several people came up with the idea about having a DVD drive about children who outgrow their DVDs and donating them over the hospital and coming up with a library so these children can now keep them busy in their rooms. So I was talking to Lee about it, and Lee took this on and came up with a DVD drive.
Okay, Lee. Tell us how you did it and
well, Dawn and I kind of met. My middle child is a Daisy Girl Scout with her daughter Kendra, so we kind of, started talking about it at the Daisy meetings, and then I also have my own brownie troop, which is back here behind me. And I said to Dawn, I'm like, we don't need just a couple movies. We need to get these kids a good collection, a good couple hundred movies. So what the girls and I decided to do was we wrapped big boxes with Christmas wrapping paper. We made a beautiful Girl Scout sign, HK Mission sign, and put that on that. And we contacted all our local establishments, and we placed these boxes over the holidays at our post office, at the banks, at churches, at the diner, everywhere. And we collected for about 2 weeks over the holidays. Our initial drive, we came up with about 200 movies, and then following that, even at our school at Barrett Elementary Center, we were allowed to place a box there. And just word of mouth through the school and friends and family and churches and everything, we now have about 400 movies.
Wow.
That's wonderful. Well, this program has moved very fast as well. And Dawn, when you were sick last year,
yes,
So it was March,
March 2nd.
and you really had this take off in October.
October 4th, the mission was birthed and became nationwide in 3 weeks.
Nationwide in over 31
states.
31 states in a matter of
3
really,
weeks.
yeah, 3 weeks. So it really is
We should
taken
have a
off.
running campaign.
That's
for
right.
Wow.
It's amazing. So you can see how it's accepted so widely and how the need for it
Yes.
is very large.
Yes.
So but I think that's an important point you're seeing. And we were talking a little bit about the Girl Scouts and the Brownies and their involvement and the patch.
Yes.
That has also become, I said, that's historic in
hold up the
itself
little
because
patch.
there's a
Hold it
patch
up.
Yes.
that these girls can earn.
Well, I
So-
felt that the Girl Scouts did such a phenomenal job with this DVD drive that I wanted to come up with a way of thanking them. So I contacted a patch maker and we developed an HK Mission patch so that I can gift the girls their patches. Well, it became such a hit that Girl Scouts throughout the United States wanted to become involved. So I came up with a program where these girls can participate and do what I'm doing here at our local hospital, and now Girl Scouts are now reaching out to their local hospitals and doing exactly what I'm doing and making a difference at their local hospitals. So it's all about, you know, putting together this pouch, providing activities for a child, and then also providing mom hope. So each pouch is touching 2 lives. It's not only about entertaining a child, it's providing mom hope. I was that mom. I was that mom to watch her child being held down while a nurse sticks an IV in her arm and your child is crying out to you to make it stop, but you know you can't because it's what's best for your child. And I want to provide hope in that desperate time of need. So each mom will receive a book of hope and a kindness card, which is our mission card, and it's all about paying it forward one day like what I'm doing. And also will be in each book. I mean, I didn't know how to pray for my child, so I came up with, it's a letter from me, and it's all prayers that you can say for your child. So in that dark hour, when you're looking for something, I'm providing it for that mom. And also, it's also about getting kids involved. Kids making cards for kids, kids helping out kids. I had one little girl that came to me with 116 of her unused pencils and said, I want to give these to the kids in the hospital. It's kids thinking about other kids. It's really taking on a life of its own.
Which is important.
Yeah, it really has. And
Do we wanna
people who
show
are
it?
helping through this have, there's this one woman, she lost her son 2 years ago, and I came up with a new part of the spring outreach about empty Easter eggs, about coming up with inspirational messages to put in there, and she has taken on this, and she has thanked me every day, and I'm like, thank me. It's healing her through her grief. So it's people who are helping are actually healing.
Other people.
So it's really,
Kendra has the pouch, right,
Yes.
Kendra? And Hunter, are you going to come out from over there? Come on, we're going to show this pouch. This is the H and the K. So, but Kendra's going to show the pouch off, right, Kendra? So show this off. So there's all kinds of things for the kids in here, on top of
Yes.
the spiritual and the healing, and the cards.
and it's also an insulated pouch so that kids can keep things cold bedside, because that's very important
Right.
as well.
And these are
So,
the things you realize when you're going through
Yes.
that type of situation that
Yes.
you have.
I'll be honest, you know, I'm never at a loss for words, but listening to you, I'm at a loss for words, what you've been able to accomplish. And-
Well,
and
it's
to
not
take-
only
and-
me,
and
I have to say.
You started it and put it
Yes.
together, and, you know.
So many people have their hands in this. There's so many people in church who have helped me. People from church have made hats or donated the kindness cards. I mean, and the reason why this has taken off and it is so important, this is a 31 product. It's just like Mary Kay or these Christian women, 31 is a Christian-based or product. These Christian women have taken on this mission, and they are the ones who are spreading it nationwide. It's not me.
Nice.
It's them. They are the ones that are taking credit. So yes, I can take credit of what's been laid on my heart by God, but that's all I can take credit for.
How many good people are out there?
Yes.
Right? And I'm sure in 31 in just a few months, what it will look like in a year from now with the amount of people involved. So you're still actively looking for more volunteers and
Yes. Kids
in
to
our
make
local
cards.
community, kids to make cards,
That's
other
fabulous,
troops,
right
other
there.
Girl Scout troops and Brownie troops.
Yes.
Good.
That was our first outreach, the Christmas pouches.
Oh, nice.
We donated 100 pouches over to Pocono Medical Center personally, but throughout the United States, a lot of different 31 reps reached out to their local hospitals and donated them as well.
Very nice.
Any idea how many families you've touched?
No idea.
I could imagine, just the, with that type of 31, people out there, how many families that they've hit and helped. In Monroe, in Monroe County, how many families have you given pouches to? Do you have any idea?
Well, there was 100 pouches that went over to Pocono Medical Center, and each pouch touches 2 lives.
Wow.
So
The mother and the child.
the mother and the child.
Right.
Wow.
So, and if everybody did 1 pouch, that's 2 lives. And then then the kindness card, that's what's so important about the kindness card, because it's all about you've been touched by an act of kindness. Now it's your turn to pay it forward. It's simple.
I know.
Well, it's everything that we talk about.
I know.
It's empathy and passion, compassion for people and helping people and not always thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and the power of prayer is so wonderful too. I mean,
And
there's
each
been
pouch-
scientific studies on the power of prayer
Yes.
and in health. So that in itself is really nice to hear that you've
And we
included that.
pray over our pouches before they go out. So that's important as well, because it is a Christian-based ministry, and 31 is a Christian-based company. That's why I chose 31, because it's so important, to have that nowadays.
So let me, in the 31 other areas in the in the country, all Girl Scouts are involved?
And 31 reps. And
31
I'm now
reps.
working on a new chapter. Alpha Phi Omega, I'm alumni. Alpha Phi Omega is a co-ed service fraternity, and I was a member in college, and I'm an alumni brother. And I'm currently working on, with a couple of alumni, we are now going to be branching out into that area as well. To get onto campuses and...
What a
So
you're getting them young, and you're getting them just about when they're ready to get out into fabulous, unbelievable.
That was last week's idea.
But you never stop, because you just never know
And I'm doing it
who's
all-
out there in need, and you never.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of. My daughter's right now going through something,
Right.
so you really don't know. You just don't know, and it just shows up within a week, and you really have no concept.
And you can help anywhere, because be honest with you, I had a stroke last year, and this whole mission has been birthed on a laptop in bed. I spend a lot of my time in bed, and you can make a difference anywhere.
Well, and the H and the K obviously are your children's names, but it's also healing.
It's
and
healing through
kind,
kindness,
through
spreading the
kindness.
love of
So-
Jesus through one simple pouch. That's my
Very
task.
nice.
Lee, I know you're kind of shy, but
I wouldn't say shy, just not a public speaker.
no, you're fine. You're fine. How long have you been with scouting?
This is my 3rd year, so it's my first year as a leader, and it's just one of the lines in our Girl Scout law is to make a world a better place. So, and when I bumped into Dawn and at school, and it was a mom from our community. You're supporting your own community. It's a mom who's supporting our hospital that one day, hopefully, none of these children are at. It just touched to my heart. Like I couldn't do anything but jump full on board with her. So
Have you, just in Monroe, like, do you have other Girl Scouts, but Luzerne, Lackawanna, Northampton, I'm thinking right in the back of my mind how we can grow this even bigger. That's the politician. in me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Has that,
That's true, yeah.
Carbon County,
Right.
because there's hospitals in all these counties, right here in Pennsylvania.
Yep, you got it. We're members of Girl Scouts in the heart of PA. Girl Scouts in Eastern PA are right next to us. There's several councils throughout Pennsylvania, and obviously across the whole, the whole country. I did invite Dawn to one of our council meetings, so she got to come speak. She got to spread her word to all the other leaders in our council. So, and hopefully from there, it does spread throughout to the other councils.
Great.
Now, you're looking still for donation items or anybody else that wants to help?
Anybody who else wants to get involved, it's simple. I have a Facebook page. They can jump on board. They can contact me there. They can email me. My email address right on there. Donations can be sent directly to the church.
Okay.
It's
What's
a
the
simple-
website and
Oh, just go on to Facebook, HK Mission. Just type it in.
Okay.
And the email is hkmission2012@gmail.com. We're going to have that on the screen as well.
This way you can double
I mean,
check.
even the smallest donations, like I said to my girls, you can go to the dollar store, you know, like take that $1 from your allowance and you can get a coloring book, you can get crayons. Like the smallest little things will make a difference to that child in a hospital. It doesn't need to be big, extravagant gifts.
Dawn and Lee, thank you very much for coming today to share with all of us your mission. I think we're very impressed with what you've done.
Thank you very much. We have a little thank you gift. Here's a hat for you, and here's a hat for you.
How come I didn't get the pink one?
You can fight over it later.
I get like you.
Brownie Troop 50077 would like to give you a Girl Scout patch.
Oh, thank you so much.
Very nice.
Put it right
Very
here.
nice.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I never got a Girl Scouts patch before. Listen, girls, I want all of you to remember this. About maybe 10 or so years from now, I want to make sure you guys stay in scouting and get your gold award. That's the top patch award that you can get as a Girl Scout. Now, if you get that, you call me and I'll come to your gold award. Representative Brown will come to your gold award ceremony, okay? And we'll do something special for you, I promise you, okay? But don't stop until you get the gold. All right? That's the highest award that you can get as a Girl Scout. It will stay with you for the rest of your life. Okay? And Allie, you were great. Thank you.
Did you know that Violet Oakley was the first female artist to receive a large commission for artwork done in a United States Capitol building? In 1902, Joseph Houston, designer and architect for the 3rd Harrisburg Capitol building, commissioned Violet Oakley to paint murals for the governor's reception room. He believed that Oakley's contribution would add interest to the building and act as an encouragement of women of the state. Prior to beginning her work for the Capitol, Oakley set out to England to conduct research for her murals. Upon return, she decided to center her artwork on William Penn and the founding of Pennsylvania. Oakley made sure that Penn's ideals of justice and peace could be seen throughout her work. In 1906, she completed 13 murals titled The Founding of the State of Liberty Spiritual and was placed in sequential order around the governor's reception room. These murals were some of the first to be installed in the Capitol. When Edwin Austin Abbey, another artist for the Capitol, died in 1911, Oakley was offered another opportunity to create murals for the unfinished Senate and Supreme Court chambers. Her work on the Senate murals, including International Understanding, was completed by 1919. Oakley then completed the Supreme Court murals, including the Divine Law, by 1927. Oakley is said to be the principal artist for the Capitol, with a total of 43 murals on display. She remains one of the greatest muralists in the United States. Now you know.
Welcome back to the program. I'm State Representative Rosemary Brown, and I'm joined here with Representative Mario Scavello. And before the break, we learned about HK Missions, a nonprofit that provides activity bags to hospitalized children. Now I'd like to introduce you to some other local people working hard to help others. Nellie Graham is the founder of Joey's Eagles, and Claudette Dietrich, am I saying that correctly? Dykes, see, is the president. They're here to tell us more about the organization, and welcome to the program, and I'm sorry about that.
That's okay, thank you.
So welcome. We have a lot to learn, I believe, the viewers about Joey's Eagles. So tell us a little bit about Joey's Eagles to familiarize.
Okay. I started Joey's Eagles in 1996 in honor and in memory of my 11-year-old son who had battled leukemia. And the organization helps families that have children that are experiencing serious illnesses and disabilities, you know, all through our county, who really need a great deal of emotional support and also financial assistance. Our goal is to try to be able to help the families and their other siblings through their journey of their child's illness so they never ever feel like they are alone. When a family has a child that is ill, an entire family is truly ill. And they are devastated beyond belief, you know, financially and emotionally. And our goal is to try to be able to help them to get them through that phase of their treatment for their child. We have been able to do this, thankfully, through the support of the community for 17 years through donations that have come in to be able to gather funds so we could help the families in their time of their crisis, so they can make this difficult episode in their life a little bit lighter, to know that other people care about them.
I've seen it firsthand. Matter of fact, the first time we met was 1999. I was running for county commissioner, and it was on a Saturday afternoon, and I went to St. John's, and the place was loaded with people. You had to wait to get in there. And I says, who's making this, who's cooking? He says, Nellie. And I went over to meet her, and from that day on, we've been friends. And she already been doing this for 3 years, but but I wasn't aware of Nellie until then. And she made quite an impression on me, and we've stayed close over the years. But I've been to some of the events. One of the, matter of fact, that the fundraiser you were doing for the young man that lived in Effort, and we actually went to the viewing together. That I know we met at the viewing because you had called me.
Yes.
But it's really rewarding to see you help these families. And I know that Claudette now is your board president.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been with Joey's Eagles?
Since 2002.
Wow.
Our sons were friends. They played football together. And Kevin said that Miss Nellie, she has this organization and they raise money for sick children. And so that's how we came together, and we've been best buddies ever since.
Wow. You know, it's not just the money, it's the support that you guys give. Because families, you know, you're not professional at this. You just run into this, it happens, and you don't know what to do. There's no, you know, and, you know, that support from people that have been there, like Nellie has been there through the process.
Well, I think, like you said, when a family has this, what's the first thing that they do? And if they know, if they're watching and they know that you're out there doing this, and you hope that you never have to be in that situation. But if they do, that Joey's Eagles is a wonderful organization that can help them start to go through the process and the support. And you mentioned before we started the show a little bit about even the support programs that you're doing that are in conjunction with even the financial try to help and everything. But tell us a little bit about the support programs, because that is important, and it is. Gives the peace.
Really, the whole the goal of my organization always to be able to provide support for these families on an ongoing basis. I mean, they know that they can call me or any of our board members anytime, they need any type of assistance or help at all. You know, when their children are going through the really difficult journey initially of treatment, especially the diagnosis, you know, with cancer, those parents need to know that when they get through the difficult stage of all those treatments, that there is a great deal of hope for them, and they need to really be able to connect, you know, with other families that have. I mean, luckily, through having the organization now many years, I have many children that have come to my organization that were young, that now, you know, young adults, so I can connect them, you know, with other families to give them that hope and say, you know, this family had the same diagnosis they went through with their child, and they could be a wonderful, you know, wonderful hope for you. And our families all will always tell me, give my number to anybody, and they'll call them and they'll help them. And I've always felt no matter what you're going through in life, you know, through the, you know, devastating illness of a child, just to know that someone is there to support you in that time, your burden seems like divided. It's not so heavy for you, even though it is of course yours. It's not as heavy when you have other people that care about you and that are there for you to talk to through the really difficult days of our journey. I just spent a day last week with one of our newer families of Joey's Eagles, a 16-year-old girl from Stroudsburg, who is right now went through a bone marrow transplant. And I had such a wonderful day going with her family and her two siblings and spending the day down there in the transplant center of Children's Hospital. And she's going through a difficult time, of course, as, you know, she's recovering, getting better, but, you know, she is on the right track, thank God, medically. And it was wonderful. I was telling Claudette, too, and my other board members that we had 1 hour of musical therapy with the musical therapist that was there. And she came in with a cart full of musical instruments, and we played music for an hour. Wow. We had this great band going, and she emails me, this young girl, all the time. She's probably the only young person that's ever really wants to communicate me like every day by email. God bless her. So she lets me know all the fun that she had. Like, she'll never forget the fun we had for that 1 hour. I mean, you really just need to give, you know, the family that support, because they're in just such a fragile state that, just, going through it, I know that they're very thankful to know however we can help them. I mean, of course, the majority of these families do need some financial assistance one way or another, specifically really for gas cards that we need so badly, where a lot of the families, especially where we're located in the East Stroudsburg area, the families either travel to Children's Hospital in Philly, or they go to Lehigh Valley, or up to Geisinger to Danville to be treated, all that are very, very far in distance, where they need a lot of money is being spent on traveling. And in majority of families that are two-income families, one of the family members, especially the mom, will just have to give up her job temporarily or permanently to be there in the house with her child, and that is the priority in your life, because there's nothing more you care about than your child. Doesn't matter if you lose your job, but you need to be able to try to help them, because many people don't realize that it actually takes a salary to be in a hospital with a child, just to be able to be there. Many times you have to put out-of-pocket expense for your own meals. Yes. And just be away from home for like months at a time.
I think you bring up a very good point, Nellie, because you will hear people say, well, you have insurance. And so, you have a diagnosis, especially with a child. Well, how does it affect you financially? And well, like you said, sometimes you have to stop working, and unfortunately we have tremendous services that have been built in Monroe County with oncology, but the pediatric sector of it is still missing a little bit. We need that, so we know that. I think the community knows that, but you still have families that have to travel for the pediatric oncology, and it makes it very, very difficult. So the financial of having to stop a job, the traveling, and I think there was an event that we were at that somebody had mentioned that they had gone through the treatment for their child, and then one of the treatments they came home, and on the back porch was a basket from you. They didn't even know you at that point. I think you had the organization had heard about their treatment, and there was a basket with gas cards and blanket and a few things in there, and they just said it was just made their day. Made their day, like somebody knows what I'm going through and how difficult it is for me to travel.
Yes, and many families are referred to me. They referred to me. Thankfully, I have a wonderful connection with the social workers from the Lehigh Valley Hospital, from Children's Hospital, and from Geisinger. So when there are new children that are diagnosed, they will, confide in me so we can help them, of course, with the approval of the families. So I'm very, very blessed to have that wonderful connection, from, the social workers at these hospitals. It's great. So when a new child is diagnosed, I usually have like my own little way of just, welcoming Joey's Eagles and showing support by giving the child, a blanket, a quilt, and giving them some gas cards to start on their journey. And then as an organization, we do have a financial form that we have the families fill out, so that if they have other extended needs as an organization, when we meet, we can discuss other ways we'll help them. I mean, with children that have gone through treatment and bone marrow transplant and have needed, their moms and their dads have needed months of support, we will allocate so many funds to pay for their electric bill at home, their gas expense, utilities, things that really can add up to be many, many hundreds of dollars they don't have the money for. Money to go and, also go to ShopRite. And
let me stop you for a minute, because December 7th, there's an event at Shawnee.
Yes.
What time is the event?
It's at 6 o'clock. That would be our annual holiday dinner dance.
And it's a fundraiser to help you do exactly what you're doing there.
Yes.
So, we'll put the information up on the screen. So it's important, folks, to please reach out to this organization. They do good things. I've seen it firsthand.
Thank you, Mario.
I have too.
Always for your support. Thank you, Rosemary, for all your support. You've both been the greatest blessing to my organization to be able to support.
Claudette and all the board members all your board members.
And all my wonderful board members and volunteers are phenomenal.
People. Rosemary.
But you have so many people that have joined your efforts, and you do a lot of work.
Absolutely. So. And for the December 7th also, too, if you can donate baskets, that would be good, because we do a tricky tray. Good. And that also helps to raise money.
Very good. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming. And
I'm
joined with my partner here, Representative Brown.
Yes.
That's all the time we have for today's program. If you have any questions about today's program, please feel free to contact either of us at our local offices. The information will be shown in a moment. Thanks for watching, and please join me next time. Join us next time for another edition of Legislative Report.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary.